Hey loves, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is Ayoka, better known as the Oracle G. And tonight I want to bring you a twin flame reading, okay? So the theme pretty much is going to be about what's reflecting, what's shifting, and what's realigning in your twin flame dynamic, okay? So as you guys know, every twin is on a different stage of their journey, so take what you need, leave what you don't need, and use discernment. Also, if you're triggered by anything, face your mirror, not my comment section, okay? We are here to ascend to the next level, so yeah, do that, right? So trigger it. If you're triggered, it means what? That is something that you need to face, okay? So face your mirror. And as we know that this journey is about your evolution, okay? Your twin is your mirror, right? And you guys mirror back to each other, um, let's just say things you haven't healed from, okay? And so with this connection, literally you're using these experiences as, how can I put it? You use these experiences as a way to grow, to learn, to heal. Okay, so remember, on this journey, you have to really stay connected to your higher self because it doesn't work in a 3D way. You understand? You can't operate in a twin flame dynamic just strictly looking at what you can see in the physical, right? With logic, you can't do it. Okay, you definitely have to move with discernment. You always have to be connected to your higher self, your spirit guides, and see through the illusions, right? So everything that's in the 3D is merely an illusion, okay? And like I said, it's like it's divinely orchestrated. So if you can look at it as such, then it makes it a little bit easier for you to literally get through this process, okay? It's not all about you getting back with your twin or moving further, like that could happen. But however, it's more about you remembering who you are, recognizing your power, and operating in your spiritual gifts. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right on in. It's about 7 cards that I'm gonna pull in this spread. And so, what I want to know is what's the current pulse between you. What's the current pulse between you? Okay. The 6 of Wands in the reverse. Excuse me. What's Divine Feminine's heart frequency? What energy is the Divine Feminine radiating on? Knight of Wands, 303 on the timer. Divine Masculine's hidden emotions. What is the Divine Masculine feeling but not fully expressing? 7 of Wands reverse. That's a mirroring energy right there. Because Divine Feminine has been in that 7 of Wands reverse energy throughout all my readings. Soul mirror message. So what are you both reflecting back to each other right now? The lessons, the wounds, and the gifts. Oh, that Emperor energy. That take charge energy. The shift that's unfolding. So what shift is beginning to occur in this connection, whether emotional, spiritual, or energetically? 7 of Pentacles. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the next move in the physical? What's likely to be the next step? Ooh, King of Wands. Okay, so this would be the next step that one of you will take in the 3D. Okay, so guidance from higher realms. What message the spirit or your higher self wants you to know about the bond tonight? Ooh, 7 of Swords in the reverse position. That's full transparency, right? So some truth may be getting ready to come out. But before we go into all of that, right, I'm going to clarify what I have here. I need my clarifier, so I'm going to use this, and I want to use a little bit of Oracle, so hold on. 434 on the timer, y'all. Okay, so for the first card, the current pulse between you and your twin, of course, I got the 6 of Wands in the reverse. And so with this card, it feels like there's like a sense of unrecognized progress here. So the connection may feel unvalidated right now. Perhaps there's no external movement Some of you, it could be lack of communication that's taking place. But virtue is being developed. Okay. So, so this is actually a humbling moment. It's not a failure, right? Because the Six of Wands would remind you of failing, not reaching the goal or however. But this is not a failure, okay? So a victory is actually quietly unfolding, all right, within this situation. So all I keep hearing is just remember this is not a failure, okay? For Divine Feminine's heart frequency, I got the Knight of Wands in the upright position. And the Divine Feminine is literally embodying passion and forward motion, right? Because the Knight of Wands is very passionate, very, just moving forward. Like, you know what? I'm getting ready to take action, okay? And it's rooted in responsibility. That's the good part about it. So Divine Feminine, your frequency is not reckless. You're rooted in responsibility. I feel like you are embodying that passion, okay? You may be feeling a fire, but also being mindful of your role in the connection. I feel like Divine Feminine is choosing aligned actions instead of being impulsive. It's a lot of growth here. Okay, so this is good energy because remember, this is what you want to mirror back to Divine Masculine. Okay. When it comes to Divine Masculine's hidden emotions, I got the Seven of Wands coming out in the reverse position. And what I'm seeing with this is they're feeling overwhelmed. It could be like emotionally overwhelmed, or they may be close to surrendering, okay? And that's more like surrendering to the divine, okay? The masculine is definitely tired of defending themselves against, love. I don't want to say that they're throwing in a towel or anything, but it's just one of these things where it's like they ready to lay down that ego. It's like, why am I still fighting? What am I still fighting about, really, right? And it seems like, again, it's like they're ready to release some type of stagnation or something here in the situation. Now, there could be some type of spiritual test that's taking place with the masculines, and really it's about them learning how to stop resisting truth, okay? Because it's a lot of stuff that they may be carrying, or they were carrying from their past, okay? And through the power of love, alignment, and all this stuff in the connection, this is how you guys are releasing the stagnation in the situation, okay? What was trying to come out my mouth is synergy. 818 on the timer, so I don't know what that's for, but and this is happening in order for you guys to transform your heart space, okay? So like I said, it's a lot of growth and potential that could be happening here. So as Divine Feminine is grounded and really operating in truth, it's pulling Divine Masculine into the energy of, you know what? It's time for me to surrender. Like, what am I doing here? And again, with that Soul Mirror card, and I'm getting the Emperor. Okay, so that's good. Like, this connection is literally calling for both counterparts to really just kind of like operate here in that Emperor energy. This is divine loyalty, right? So it's time for y'all to like step into some type of structure. Some type of structure in that divine masculine power. Okay, so you're reflecting back to each other the capacity to lead with integrity and consistency. Okay, so divine feminine, I feel like we have to operate in duality, and here you're literally operating as divine masculine and divine feminine. So you're in your masculine and your feminine energy right now. So you are leading with integrity, okay, and consistency. So I feel like you're also reminding, if you are connected to your masculine in any kind of way, reminding them that you have to operate in truth, within this connection. But look, stay tuned for part 2.